Hello. How you doing? Look at that wisdom right in the middle. Boop. Hope that you are doing well. Today's a better day. Sun is shining. It's nice out. Well, where I am, anyways. I hope that if you do find this on a rainy, cloudy day, that you snuggle up with your favorite tea, wine, weed, whatever it is that you like to indulge in, and just have a conversation with me, if you will. Yes? Let's hear some good things from the divine and see what God has to say about this plane we are on in the direction of Friday. Remember, no judgment over here. Just good vibes. A lot of questioning. And, asking Source to provide answers and guidance and leeways. And letting one thing lead us to another. Yes? Yes. Reaching for positive responses. And also knowing that if positivity does not come our way, we can confront it with confidence. And dealing with the internal battles that we have within ourselves. Let's get started. Not like that. Confusion. Chaotic, maybe. I can understand. It is a confusing time. Body. Show me, divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. As a woman, I can relate to that, right? Lots of things we want to change. From ears to eyes to nose to eyebrows to hair to mouth to lips to tongue to boobs to thighs to booty to elbows to your torso ratio to your height to your feet to your toes, right? So many things. Your skin. We have so many things that we don't like about ourselves, the outer appearance wise, that we just forget how truly awesome our originality is, because we want to mimic the things that we see other people lust after or want. And a lot of us trick ourselves in telling ourselves we do things for ourselves. I did this for me. I did this for me. And you're still not happy, though. You're not happy with, not necessarily that you're not happy with the outcome. Yeah, you love the new butt. It's getting you a lot of attention, even some unwanted attention, right? You love the new butt. You love the new boobs. You love the new lips. You love how you're wrinkle-free. Right? The Botox is doing awesome, great things. And no shade, no tea to anybody that is getting that done, because some women get it done and turn into a whole new creature. Okay? Their confidence is on 12,000 because now that they have the thing that it is they always wanted. But some of us get that, then we see another thing, then we gotta fix that, then we see another thing, then we gotta fix that, and then we see another thing, then we gotta fix that, then we see another thing, then we gotta fix that. And then there's another thing, and we gotta fix that, because if we don't fix that, then this is not gonna be right, because we have to fix that. Right? And then if we don't get what we want because we fixed the thing, that we think will fix things causes a little bit more of a kerfuffle in our lives than we actually anticipated. Hardships causes a little more of a kerfuffle than we actually anticipated. May I embrace what's happening right now? As baffling or painful as it is, help me, God, to trust where you are guiding me. I am yours. Say it with me. I am open to seeing how great it can get. I am open to seeing the best that is coming my way. The greatness that is coming my way. The goodness that is coming my way. Right? The expectation is that the outcome will be awesome. Even when it doesn't feel so good right now. Because it doesn't feel so good right now. Right? Oh, I know. But as time continues to process and move on, things change. Then happier times come. And then it's time for darkness. The balance of it all. Divine timing. Time keeps on ticking into the future. The divine brings things in the timing that we need. Nothing comes before we're prepared, nor leaves too early. May I always trust your perfect and holy timing, dear Lord. Because it's always perfect timing. Even when we think it's not. You know, it's like, oh, this would have been great had I gotten this job at that time. But you got it now. Utilize it now. It would have been great if I'd have won that money 12 months ago. But you want it now. So utilize it now. And now is the time, because back then you wouldn't have had the opportunities that you're going to have now. You needed time to learn. There is something that you learned in the time span where you thought you really needed a thing that you didn't get, and now that you're getting it. Or just think back. Whenever you thought you needed a thing that you didn't get and then you got it at an awesome time, right? How great does it work out at that time? Because now you have certain knowledge that you didn't have at that time when you thought you really was going to be able to work with a thing. And now you have a specific skill set that you didn't have then. Now that you've acquired a thing, you can use it. Divine timing is always on time. Okay? Always. Always, 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 always on time. There is never a time where it's not the right time. You know? It happens when it's supposed to happen. Nothing wrong with planning. Planning is great. We should plan. We should plan, and we should be planned, and we should see plan, and we should de-plan our lives away. But when things don't go our way, the first thing I say is, oh, the blessings are coming. As soon as I see a disaster or something go disarray, I'm like, whoo, what's coming next? It's going to be great. It's going to be grand. It's going to be an awesome thing. What's coming next? It's going to be beautiful. What's coming next? What's coming next is going to be... And then I rest on that. Even while I'm upset, it's just like, damn, this is going to be so good. I can't believe how great this is going to be, because this is disastrous. Like, I feel horrible right now. You know, this is disastrous. This is not working out. I feel so frustrated and upset. And oh my God. And it's going to trickle down into other things. And oh, what's coming after this is going to be so fulfilling and so great and so awesome. Am I even ready? A lot of times I start planning and getting ready, you know. Start looking at things. What I may do, who I may hire, what I may purchase, where I may, you know, move to or hang out at, or, you know, who will be the hairstylist, who will be my doctor, who will be my lawyer, like whatever the disaster is in correlation to that, like whatever is greater after that, right? Who will be my attorneys, who will be my hairstylist, who will be my makeup artist, who will be my esthetician, who will be my dermatologist, who will be my, you know, nail and feet girl, and who's going to be my, you know, advisor and PR person, or like, you know, whatever it is. Who's going to be my record label? Who's going to be in my band? Who am I going to brainstorm with? Those are the first thoughts when a disaster has happened in my life, or things that I don't really like to call them disasters. I call them redirectors. You know, when redirectors happen in my life, it's just like, okay, you need to start thinking about the dream team and who's going to be your banker and who's going to be the person that you go to that's going to be your stylist, who's going to be the person that's going to play in the band, who's going to be the person. And I'm giving multiple examples because it's not just based off my life, right? I am speaking to people out there, you. I don't know what your life is like, but you do. Who's going to be the accountant? Who's going to work the offices? Who's going to be your architect? Who's going to be your composer? Outside of source, obviously, but who's going to be the architect? Who's going to be the builders? Who's going to be the contractors? Who's going to be your landscapists? You know, we don't put effort into thinking about good things too much, because when the bad things come, they're so disastrous and so gut-wrenching and so like, not again, or this is, I can't keep letting this happen to myself, and blah, 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 or whatever it is keeps happening or has happened, that now you come into a space where you have to start thinking about the positive things that will counteract all of the negative things that have happened. A girl is thirsty. Love to see it. And this is a huge transformational time with all of the planets aligned currently right now. The conjunction with Jupiter and I believe Saturn and Mars, right? And then there's eclipse coming at the end of the month, child. And then there's retrogrades coming after that. You know, when the planets are all aligned all at once, it's really the time to do the work, because then they come and boop, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. It's like, okay, so when all the planets are aligned, that's when you do the work. That's when you put the book together. That's when you, you know, do all your consultations, set up everything, schedule the events, put your schedule out. Whatever it is that you do in life, that's when you really get, when you're able to do things with less hiccups. I'm not saying there won't be any hiccups, but it's less hiccups when all the planets are aligned, right? And then they get active and get to shifting and moving and decide that they want to eclipse and retro and all of the things. And then that's when they come and edit. Okay, we see what you're trying to do, but we're going to need you to recheck the finances on that. We're going to need you to recheck the internal work that you did, because you missed something. You know, you missed your childhood trauma, or you missed your whatever. You missed some things. And that's what I call planetary movements. When conjunctions and squares happen and things like that, those are your times to correct. That is, for me in astrology, that is autocorrection. That is your Grammarly. Okay? That is your spell check. Do you really want to do this thing? Are you really going to be able to maintain, sustain life doing X, Y, and Z? Do you want to continue on with this partnership? Is it good for you? Is it healthy for you? Will you be able to maintain and sustain it for a long period of time? Is this really a good place for you to be working? Is it a healthy environment? Is it good for your mental health, physical health, for your growth? What can you take away from this career and move into another space? Is this a good time for you to be learning a new trade, or blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. All of the things in adulting, right? It's time to reevaluate those things and seeing what's good for you, what's bad for you, how you can learn from previous things that you've done. It's interesting. I watched and it's here on YouTube. I think it's Crazy World. Happy Mind is her name. She does all of these like documentary type things on entities that, you know, seem sketchy to the human eye. And she did one on the K family. And, you know, my takeaway is I have a lot of takeaways, but my main takeaway is they just throw businesses out there, consume what they can, and then when it flops, get rid of it and move on to the next, right? Which is a lot easier for some people to do than try to revamp or do better. But what I gather is it's not that they really learn anything. It's really all capitalism. They just are capitalizing on a following that they acquired through, you know, the ways that they acquired it. And I'm saying, like, instead of having a better quality product, having better customer service, instead of making the things that they make and put out to sell better, when it gets flawed, they just dump it and start over. But it's not like when they start over, they're like, okay, we need better production. We need better quality. It's not like they dump a bunch of money into trying to better the product from the last product. And they've done a lot of things, right? Not t-shirts, but like, you know, bikini lines, makeup lines, clothing lines. They've done everything except like had real estate. They've done a lot of stuff. And then a lot of things they repeat, right? They stay in lanes that they know how they operate, so it's not hard for them to dump. It's not hard to dump when you have money to dump into LLCs and S corps and things like that. You can tear down a company and rebuild one really quickly when you have the money to just do that over and over and over. Okay, let's get that out the way. Okay, as a business person, I know this. But what's interesting to me, instead of bettering the quality of things, they're just redoing it again and again and again and again and again. And it's going to be interesting to see the endeavors that they're in now, like how long they last. Because there's a lot of things that's like, yeah, I forgot they did that. Dang, I forgot they did that. They did do that. That's not there anymore. And it's just like, no, it's not. Because as soon as enough people complain, or the lawsuits come, they exit out and they move on to something else. And it's just like, where is my curiosity is, where is the elevation? And this is not about them, but in transformation, there should be elevation, right? We go from a caterpillar to a butterfly. But the time in the cocoon is when you realize, okay, this was the issue with that. People were really just complaining about the quality. So if we get better quality sewers, better quality factory, I can revamp and go back to selling bikinis. I just need better bikinis. I just need better material for my bikinis. I just need Someone who actually sews and makes bikinis. Tell me how to do it and keep it going. I mean, Drea has had men's swim for forever. We love men's swim. I know I do. The quality's great. She's always revamping the line and bringing out new styles, new colors, new things for the girls. Like, she could pass that down because it's lasting. Like, the only thing that they're passing down is the money, and in the hopes that their children will see a way to earn and continue to be able to earn, right? Because you're not really passing down a business. You know what I mean? Like, Apple can be passed down. Like, what Kardashian business can be what can be passed down besides the knowledge that you got to keep a product out there. Doesn't matter what the product is. You see what I'm saying? And is that a bad thing? You know, not for them, obviously, because it works. I mean, they've been doing it for years. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it for years. So I'm not saying this is not about a bad thing or a new thing. This is just about elevation and transformation. What are you learning? And what are you sustaining? I mean, that may be the thing. Just dump it, start over. Dump it, start over. Dump it, start over. As long as you're popular, you can always sell something. Doesn't matter. Just sell something. Just be selling something. Doesn't matter. Just always be selling. And there's a lot of gurus that teach that. Doesn't matter what you sell. Just be selling. Right? But in your transformation and growth, you have to ask yourself, you know, what is it that you, through taking care of your body, gathering the hardships that you've been through, knowing that time keeps on ticking and there will always be something in the future that you can work out, and that things are always working out for you, right? Because things are always working out for us over here at Oracle Conversations. Please believe it. But what is it that you are telling yourself and instilling in yourself to sustain and maintain life? And is it healthy for you? Is it good for the people around you? And is it beneficial for your legacy? Because we all leave a legacy. I know the word sounds so upper echelon and elite, but we all leave a legacy. Okay, we leave a legacy of health knowledge, wealth knowledge. We all leave a legacy. Okay. Whether it's written in the books of Guinness World Records or not, we all leave a legacy. So what is your saying about you? And, you know, some people don't care as long as people are talking. We're good. This scrunchy thing is tight. You know, some people don't care as long as people are talking, and I'm popular, and I'm popping, and I got stuff to sell, and, you know, I got good things going on in my life. It doesn't matter. Some people feel like the you know, it's what you tell yourself. You. I will tell you guys all the time on this channel. Your birth chart, your life, your decisions. And it can be a difficult, like, adjustment, right? To realize that you are totally responsible for everything that has happened to you. It's a hard, like, pill to swallow, right? especially when you thought you were in safe spaces, or you were around really cool people, or you thought you had a thing in the bag because you know it, you learned it, and you earned it, and you got the degrees, and you worked in the space, and now you're trading industries, learning something new, altering your reality into something else that you had no clue as to that's what it would be. You know, some people don't think past 5 years because why? I don't even answer that question anymore. Well, I haven't had to because I haven't had to go on an interview in God knows how long. And I'm grateful and thankful for that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But even like on dates or when people are interested in me and they're like, yeah, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Living greatly, living internally happy, fulfilled in my health and my wealth and in my love. That's where I see myself. The specifics, because I have found for me in my life, I haven't had the privilege of being that specific. My life is always changing. There's always things being shifted. My decision making, yes, does that. As does yours. Are we okay with the changes that we're making? Do you know why you're working out every day? Do you know why you want to do a thing? Do you even know why you want to do a thing? Whatever the thing may be. And if not, that's okay too. Try it. You might like it. It may become very beneficial for you, to you. To me, everything you do in your life is beneficial to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Everything you do is a benefit to you. Every choice that you say yes to is a benefit to you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But are you paying attention to the details of the thing that is bringing in new things and taking out old ones? We're in the new year. We're in the beginning of the new year. April brings in the new year. Spring brings in the new year. Flowers bloom. Harvest is here. You know, new fruits are at the store in some places. I hear there's a shortage of things in certain places. Be mindful of the steps that you are taking to create the world for yourself, to create these, whatever it is you're creating, to create new income, to create a better romantic love life or friendship life or circle, you know. Think about why you're saying yes to the things that you're saying yes to and why you're saying no to the things you're saying no to. And if you need to take time to respond, even if it's a yes or no question, take time to respond. You don't have to immediately drop a yes to an answer to a question because that's what the other person wants to hear. What do you want for yourself in your transformation, in your new season of life? And how do you want to see yourself grow and do better? You know? Understand why you want a thing. And then say yes to it every time. Blessing.